And we are live, everybody.
Woo!
Welcome to a really weird podcast right now that we're doing. My name's Corey. Here today we've got other people. Who wants to introduce themselves next?
I'm Ginzilla. You can find me on Twitter as Ginzilla.
And Higher Learning Channel.
Yeah, Higher Learning Channel. Yeah.
Kurt Christensen, Comic Book Rockstar Radio, although that's on hiatus.
All right. Well, guys, welcome to 2015. The theme of this episode is "Fuck Off 2014." Completely. Yeah. That whole year was just a big up and down emotional just thing. Completely.
Yeah, pretty much. I think 2013 sucked, but 2014 was like, get your hopes up, kick in the face.
Yeah. It was a little. Like, I'm pretty sure at some point I had my heart broken at least 3 or 4 times that year, which is an improvement for me. So hey.
Yeah. 2014, yeah, kind of sucked for sure.
Yeah. But hey, a lot of good things came out of 2014. Let's see, you guys started your shows, right?
Yep. I got offered out of nowhere, really, to start recording at Sirius. And within the same, maybe 2 weeks, I think Jen hit me up and was like, I wanted to podcast again. So, bam. So that's good. I mean, that was fun to do, but it's just it sucked having somebody to sort of answer to and feel like, oh, yeah, I don't have numbers, I don't have listens, and try and plan things. But it became like a full-time job on top of all my other full-time jobs.
Yeah, podcasting should not be like that, especially if you have somebody to listen that you have to work under. Podcasting is supposed to be a very relaxed thing, it's kind of a business thing, but it's like a free business thing. Like it's business at your leisure.
Yeah.
So, I tried the whole internet radio thing for a while, and they would give us numbers or whatnot. We didn't really have a goal, but it was just like I didn't want to have to pay like $10 each month just to have like a studio fee or something like that. Like if I might as well take that $10 and save it towards something else for my show,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even really looked too much into all the, I know once upon a time I had a podcast back in 2009, and we got that on iTunes, so I know that's, people do that pretty easily these days. But, yeah, I guess I just did a piss poor job, promoting it, because Jim was telling me about, promoting Facebook ads and stuff, and I don't know, it all just costs so much goddamn money, and it's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't seem to make a big dent.
No, it doesn't, yeah.
No, it doesn't. I mean,
And that SoundCloud shit that's coming up.
Oh yeah.
What happened now is I only briefly saw the link. I didn't click through the article on my
They're
phone.
turning into a subscription service where you have to pay.
Well, that was a good thing for a long time.
Yeah, and I was considering using that because I've been looking for some place to kind of post a show, but I'm using public access. I'm basically using like a public access type thing. I'm using archive.org right now.
Oh yeah, stuff. Yeah. That's what we used to use with the older podcast.
Yeah, and I've got so many podcasts that I've done that are either dead or alive or that I'm doing now. That if I started one up, it's gonna cost like a shitload of money to even get all that stuff. I would have to save up. I have to keep paying, but save up storage, because the storage that you get on Libsyn, it travels over, so it just builds up.
I don't know, man. It's hard. Podcasting life's hard, it seems.
I know. Guys, why did we get into podcasting? No.
Because we love to hang out.
Yeah.
I just like bullshitting with I work for Entertainment Weekly, right? So I'm working from home while everybody else in the office is at Comic Con, and so they're just sitting down talking to these people and interviewing them. And you guys see it, like even my managing editor, like one of our big guys now, he was so awkward with the guys from The Walking Dead, and asked them like stupid things that didn't really, they weren't clever. They, had nothing to do with anything. And I'm just like, I could fucking do this way better than that. Like, I should be interviewing celebrities and talking shit with them because I could, like, that's the only reason I podcast because I hate the sound of my fucking voice. That's why I can never even, like, listen to my own podcast. I just hate my voice.
Yeah, I don't think anybody here likes listening to their own voice. It's like right
That's
now
fucked up.
it's like I can't like even when I sing, I don't like listening to my own voice. But people are like, "Oh yeah, you're pretty good," or whatever. I'm like, "Okay, sure." But like podcasting wise, I don't think I've ever. I hate to say this, but I don't think only time I listen to my show is when I'm editing it, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you were there. I mean, it's always good to give a listen through one time because I find like little nuggets of ridiculous shit I've said, and then I can tweet that out with the link again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was like the random fucking quotes. Like Twitter seems to be made for that. So, but you
Sure.
still got to get people to click and listen, and God knows I'm bad at it.
Yeah, and then you kind of feel like after a while you kind of feel like I hope I'm not spamming people, because then you feel like an asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the hardest part of like self-promotion. I think that's why I kind of gave up comic books like 10 years ago because like I just didn't know how to sell myself and be like, hey, yeah, what I'm doing is awesome. You should read it. You should check it out. Blah blah blah. And then with podcasting, it was almost like I had to do it every week. And then it was like, really, I should be doing this every day. I mean, the promotion train never stops.
Yeah, and I had to learn that as I was going with podcasting. Like I started in 2011, um, and ever since then, like I started off on what was it, Bandcamp? So I didn't even have like iTunes or anything,
Right.
and so it's just like it was a new thing, and I hit iTunes, and I had to promote that and go back and just like make sure everybody listened. And then like the hard thing is, and I always tell Ginger to stop paying attention to the numbers completely.
Right? I mean, it only kills you.
Well, it's
Cause
just still kind of like, I'm like, well, maybe there was something I could do to change it, or, like maybe I need to change the direction of the topic, or like whatever the situation. So it's like trying to figure out my audience. I don't know.
it'll come. I keep saying it'll come to you. It's like this is Batman Year One for you guys. So
Good analogy.
True story, true story. Like I'm definitely like going full blown superhero mode in 2015. That's for sure.
yeah.
Because I thought I was like slightly deranged and delusional to like I'd wear my Spider-Man luchador mask out and about. I'm like one step away from kick-ass, but like I'm like, am I deranged? Am I weird? And then like I stopped doing it, and I feel like the universe put signs, including Jin, into like, go back to being a superhero. That actually makes sense. Until the point I had that fucking party and like came out as a superhero. Like,
uh,
I feel like just be ridiculous, and then hopefully people will pay attention.
yeah. Somebody. If you have at least one person that'll hang on to your fucking, every word, then you're fine.
Yeah, I picked up a handful of people over 18 episodes.
Hey, you guys got more listeners than I had when I first started out. So
Well, Jen, I just the best episode that was recorded up in Sirius was when I took a break and Jen went up there with Billy Rohan, and we like the numbers like tripled.
Yeah, he knows how to promote himself, so
Yeah,
he was like the dream guest to have.
yeah,
Like, because
true.
I know that he was like somebody that was gonna like, if he saw you on the street, he was gonna tell you to listen to the fucking podcast and try to make you listen to it. And that's
Mhm.
why I really love Billy, because he's just like straight like gypsy style. So he doesn't even do it on like social media so much. He pushes the shit on everybody he sees. So
Right, and he's a guy with like
yeah,
a social network in and of itself.
yeah, he's a salesman for sure. What'd you guys do for New Year's last night?
Oh, god damn it. Well, I had
I
to
saw I
work.
saw you had champagne.
I had to work until like 10 o'clock. That whole store is like a complete disaster right now. Um, and then I had to. Then I was gonna hang out with Thomas, but he was at Argosy, and which is a place in East Atlanta, guys. People who's watching. Hello, internet. Um, and I didn't feel like dealing with the crowd though at all. Like I was just not into. I had like $10 on me. That's not where I want to spend my last $10. So I just went to my buddy Lear's house. He had a couple friends over too. And his roommate. He ended up having a. They ended up watching Fish, the band Fish.
What?
And the band Fish and Lear got pinball machines too, so you've got a living room with two pinball machines while Fish is playing in the background. It was the whitest thing I've ever experienced in my life. The whitest.
Well,
Dude, this is
I
as
had the
weird
blackest
as like Kurt
experience.
and ICP. This is as weird as Kurt and ICP, man. Like Corey and Fish. Like, what the fuck, dude, is wrong with both of you?
Well, it's not like I'm a fan. I went over there just to hang out because I was broke. So, but he did make this little shrimp dip stuff that went great with some crackers. So, but I also got
Highlight, shrimp dip. The highlight was shrimp dip.
the dip. No,
The dip.
um,
That's where it was at.
yeah, it was interesting. I got to jam out too for a little bit downstairs in the basement. So, and that was my
I
evening.
was I was listening to police radio. That's what I was doing. I was just like, let me try to make myself feel really good about not going out on New Year's Eve, and then I just like listen to police radio, and then like all this crazy shit was going on last night. That shit was on fire on police radio. Like somebody got stabbed. There was a knife party fight going on like down the street from me. Then another fight down another block away from me, and then like two girls got abducted, and that shit's crazy, dude.
The fuck?
Crazy.
What the?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was listening to last night. I was just like, man, this is going on right now. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that I'm not even involved in any of this shit. Smart to stay in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all those people over, in like Times Square waiting for the ball to drop. They like wait there for like at least 6 hours, dude. Those people wear fucking diapers.
Ew.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Like why? Like why?
Just to say you can and anecdote later to people.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I went to Times Square, guys. It was awesome, and blah blah blah. You sit out there for 6 hours. How the fuck did you have to piss? I didn't. There was a
Like
bottle,
freezing
and that's
weather.
all I remember.
You could probably get away with it in a onesie,
What?
like I'm wearing right now. Like you could just
Out
stick the
there?
bottle in. Yeah, you could just stick the bottle in, and then just like no one would know. They just think you're just holding yourself or something.
Oh my god, I couldn't do it. So I'll never go to Times Square.
I
Yeah,
hate
fuck
Times
that
Square.
shit.
Fuck that place.
So
What
I
what
was like,
what did you
I
what did you do?
I had the blackest experience. I went
Oh
down
yeah.
to I guess I don't even know what it's near. It's down on Atlantic Avenue, sort of like in the middle of
Oh
industrial
my
open
god, you
area.
were Atlantic
Yeah,
Avenue?
yeah, like over by the school down there, by the train, and it was this art cartel. They're called this party that they do. I think they do it at Bar None in the city on the regular. It's usually like aerialist, body painting, blah blah blah. It was just really like a hip hop party. So I actually fucking danced finally, and like I realized that like when I dance, like bitches just they can't help themselves. They just gravitate right towards me. They like spot me and they just like slowly work their way over like really awkwardly all the time. Like I had like 6 or 7 different girls, and the girl I kissed at midnight, super hot, man. She was so cute.
How drunk were
So
you?
yeah, I tried to stay on the edge where I was able to dance, but I really only had 2 whiskeys while I was there.
That's not bad.
Ginger sent me a message earlier saying I don't know where Kurt is.
All right,
I was
I
like,
didn't.
okay, what kind of epic thing did he go
Because
through
I
last night?
got a text last night and I knew that Kurt was drunk. And I knew he was drunk and I was just like, he's somewhere very hood. That's all I know.
Oh yeah,
And then
totally. It
yeah.
was super good, and like I had the fucking brothers all up like I don't know peacocking and shit next to me. I was just like, are they like trying to threaten me or are they like trying to like hit on me? I was very confused. But I was pretty drunk and we could smoke in there, so I was pretty high. Uh, and then yeah, I just talked to a handful of girls or whatnot, and then just danced and just kind of sashayed about the room. I heard there was going to be edibles and shrooms tea. That's why I went, but I didn't get any, so I didn't know where that was.
Oh
But
man.
but I didn't eat, so then I woke up this morning and it was bad news. But also my ex Allie sort of met up with me there, and we took a cab back here and just went to sleep.
Oh, I fucking knew this was not over.
I
It's
know, but
not
nothing
over.
happened. But
Uh-huh. This guy,
uh,
man. This guy, like,
that's why I
every
can't
week.
talk about 2014.
Uh-huh.
She's just
Because
made me fucking
it's not
crazy.
over. It's not
Okay,
over yet.
here's the thing. She was working Dances of Vice, this party, and she was like modeling lingerie or whatever there for a designer she knows. So it's really good exposure for her and shit. And she's a burlesque performer and a costume maker. So it was really good, but it just happens to be a party that the guy that she cheated on me with 8 months ago, he works those parties, so he's got to be like there taking pictures of her in her fucking underwear, and it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting myself in that situation.
Ooh, not at all. That no.
Right? Like that's pretty emasculating over on the overall. And she's just pretty much done this to me for like over a year. But it's like now she's on board now that I'm like mentally scarred.
It's like I hurt you. I want you. No, it's like whoa.
Yeah, thanks for letting me destroy you and rip you apart. Now we're good. And I'm
Oh my
like, oh,
god.
I didn't know now we were good.
I
Uh-huh.
didn't. I didn't get to. I don't. You know what? I don't think I've ever been kissed on New Year's at all in my life.
You're not missing out, man.
Yeah.
No, I mean that was
No.
sort of a one-off fluke last night.
It's still, you're not missing out. Because usually what happens on New Year's Eve kind of sucks anyway. It's not ever what you expect it to be. Because you
Yeah.
have it in your head. You're like, oh, yeah, it's going to happen, this magical hookup. And no,
I don't
it's really
expect.
not that great.
I go out. I don't expect to hook up with anybody. If it happens, it happens completely.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always surprised by any sort of sexual and physical contact.
It's like
Always a surprise.
it's like whoa. Wait a minute. You want to sleep with me? Have you looked at me?
Oh,
'Cause
wait. Is there something I should be doing at this point? I didn't know.
do I put my hands here or no?
Seriously, I don't know when to go in for a kiss anymore. It's ridiculous. It's retarded. I just pretend like it's never going to happen. And then if it does happen, I'm like, oh, shit. Woo!
I just watch a YouTube video of how to. You just watch a YouTube video of how to kiss somebody, and that's about it. There's a YouTube video for everything.
There really is.
Jesus Christ! I bet you if
I
I
don't.
typed that in, I could find it. I could find that video.
You
Or
could probably find a whole series of videos on that. Like there is some funny, weird pickup artist shit on YouTube. That's for sure.
Oh no, that shit is so fucking awful. Those pickup things, because it's like the worst type of men that like
Yeah,
pay
I
attention
know.
to that.
yeah.
You know,
Worst. Like on like
Riley.
very rapey, very rapey.
Yeah, Riley, who does my comic book, Riley Brown. He sort of was like a super comic book nerd. You know, he even announced this on this. We set up a four-way date. It was a blind date for him, this girl I've seen's roommate, and then he announces before the drinks comes that he's a virgin still, and he was like 25, 26 at that point. And so like I didn't even know for sure. I assumed, but he just announces it on the date. I was just like, wow, this guy's in bad shape. But then he read the game, and then he literally showed up, and he had like the pieces of flair. He had the conversation starters, the icebreakers, the combo breakers. Like he was hustling, and he just treated social interaction like almost like a game, and he just strategized it, and then went on a whole shit ton of dates and met this girl and fell in love and got married. I was like, wow, that is very precise, you know, because now that he's told me about the game, now I can see other guys when it's the guys with the leather bands on, or the spiky necklaces, or because they tell you to wear things like that to draw attention to yourself.
Hmm.
Crazy shit, man.
Man, I don't know what you mean at all with that. I don't
The
wear
It's all a
game?
sales pitch.
stuff. I don't wear
The-
stuff to draw attention. Not really. By the way, if I could get your attention over here, X-Men, all 6 movies, ladies.
Hell
No.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh my God, you guys! If I ever found a chick that was like into X-Men or any of the Marvel movies, like I'm into, you guys would not ever see me for about like a year.
Yeah,
Ever.
that's kind of the problem with Allie is like she's actually like a tomboyish at heart, so she loves. We went to see like Sin City on her anniversary or whatever. Like, you know, we went to every fucking action movie. She was down for any sort of cartoon. She was just chill. Like, I mean, I think that's like pretty much mandatory at this point that you have to like superhero movies.
I
Everyone, everyone does.
Yeah, but you know, before I liked them before people liked them.
I know. Believe me, the Flash is
You're such a
finally getting.
hipster.
It's hard when you're a comic book nerd. You actually are like sort of a hipster by default.
Yeah,
It's like
I like
I was into it before it was cool.
I like that picture that they have of Steve Urkel, and it says 1990s considered a nerd, 2000s hipster, and he's still dressed as Steve Urkel.
Yeah, that is very accurate.
Well, I gotta ask this question because I like talking about movies on my podcast. We just had a pretty okay year with the movie scene, basically. Marvel kind of rolled. Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit is finally coming to an end, which means soon we'll have like an extended version of all those movies.
That's what
Together.
I'm waiting for. I haven't watched any of the Hobbit ones.
Really? You're not. It's okay. It's okay. It's definitely not like Lord of the Rings, and it focuses more on the hobbits and mystical creatures. But other than that, it's fine. But what are you guys expecting out of 2015 for your movie experience? Like, we've got what, Star Wars coming up. We got the Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers is weird. I rewatched the trailer again, and it was just like, it was not at all what I was expecting.
There's no strings on him at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems I'm also finding James Spader's voice. As much as I love James Spader, it's The Blacklist is such an awesome show, only just because you get to see James Spader kill people. But I think his voice is sort of almost distracting. I don't know. I'll have to see it in the movie, but it's just such a weirder tone than I would have thought for Avengers. You know, it doesn't even feel like a superhero movie really when you watch the trailer.
Yeah, not really. It kind of feels like the way Captain America Winter Soldier felt, just a little bit.
Yeah, what did you think of that? Because to me, that was like one of the best action movies I'd seen in a long time, let alone superhero.
It was a good spy movie.
Yeah,
It was a good spy movie. That's pretty much it. That's all I thought it was. Like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of made up for that. People fucking want Guardians of the Galaxy completely. Like it's just like the dirtiest thing that they've seen in their life, and yet they can't stop having it. Completely.
I don't know. I was disappointed by it, to be honest. I was just not. I thought the trailer was great, but then like the movie felt so forced, and Zoe Saldana's character totally just like fell flat. I was like, she's supposed to be this badass, and all we do is see her fuck up shit through the whole movie. And then they're like, what, super friends at the end, and they all hold hands, and like, I don't know. It's cheesy, but I like James Gunn, who wrote and directed it, but like he did Super, which is
Mhm.
like a super fucked up movie. I rewatched it again. I remember the first time it being like a little traumatizing.
Yeah. Oh
I
God,
love,
when Ellen Page rapes Ray Wilson,
yeah,
that was, I hate to say it, that was the funniest thing I've seen in that film, but that might have been the funniest thing I've ever seen in that film.
yeah. That movie is dark. It's awesome, but like I felt like Guardians of the Galaxy was maybe just a little too whitewashed for me for him. He
Yeah.
should have. I mean, I'm sure he couldn't go too edgy, but still.
I mean, it's Marvel, so you can't really do too much.
You know, he said that he wanted to kill Stan Lee in the cameo.
Yeah.
It's true. Who has the balls to do that? Although, you know what? What the fuck with Howard the Duck?
I mean, hey, when's the last time we saw Howard the Duck?
I'm all about Howard the Duck. I mean, I think the old comics are fucking funny. They're awesome, and like just how the characters evolved. And it's got such a weird history. I mean, they were saying Howard the Duck for president in like '76, and then that fucking George Lucas movie.
Oh God.
Uh, and then they tried to bring the comic back, but then there was a problem with Steve Gerber, the original creator. So technically, actually, there was this comic called Destroyer Duck, and I think Eric Larson helped create it with Steve Gerber, who was the original writer and creator of Howard the Duck. And they basically wrote this comic book that means that the real Howard the Duck was abducted from the Marvel Universe and replaced with a duplicate. And now he's green and he's a badass working on this other reality known as Destroyer Duck. So they basically created a comic to steal their character from Marvel, at least in continuity.
Hmm. That's a little weird.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of weird comic book trivia in my head.
I just got done reading, finishing Mark Millar's Kick-Ass series completely now.
Yeah, I think I've read. Is it? It's only Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass 2, and Hit Girl. I think, right?
No, it goes in this order: Kick-Ass, then Hit Girl, which is the prequel to Kick-Ass 2, then Kick-Ass 2, and then Kick-Ass 3.
Oh, there was a 3.
Yes.
Damn.
Hit Girl's
So
in jail the whole time, and she just rules the whole. She's completely insane in it.
I'm actually really curious to see what the Gem and the Holograms movie is going to be like next year,
I'm
this year
afraid of
actually.
that movie. I'm
I'm
so afraid of what that movie's gonna look like.
I'm curious. I really want to see how that comes out. You know.
well, I
Okay,
mean, that they can pull off that '80s vibe, like in Driver. You know, that was the perfect sort of '80s vibe, as long as they don't go too heavy-handed. Like I loved Josie and the Pussycats, so I think this, you know, if it's done right, and this was like crowdsourced and stuff, I believe.
It could be cool.
yeah, I'm hoping that it's nothing like Josie and the Pussycats, and they go to a darker version of Jim, where it's just like, okay, now it's basically a true not true Hollywood stories, but a VH1 behind the music
That would be
Jim.
awesome.
Um,
Did you guys see the one coming up for with Elijah Wood and Vin Diesel, The Last Witch Hunter?
No.
no, when is that
Last
coming?
Witch Hunter.
It's coming out the same day as Jim and the Holograms.
Oh wow, I don't know. I've not been keeping up with the movies as much as I usually do now because of everything else I'm trying to balance out right now too. But like most of the movies that I'm trying to catch up on now is like I'm trying to just get stuff on Blu-ray. I just saw that movie Frank, with Michael Fassbender, where he's
Oh, yeah,
wearing
yeah.
the paper
Was it
mache
good?
head. It was. I fell in love with it completely. There's only been two music movies that I fell in love with this past year. Frank, and the other one was called Begin Again with Mark Ruffalo and Keira Knightley.
Okay.
Yeah. So those have been my two kind of favorite movies of 2014. Besides, comedy stuff and Avengers and all that stuff. Just
Yeah, why is it always so? I'm trying to remember what movies came out this year. I don't know.
well, technically nothing now. I mean, it's 2015. Nothing's came out
Ah,
yet.
well, yeah. And I did watch some video which was talking about all the upcoming movies this year, and it was pretty crazy. Like, yeah, Avengers. I still haven't seen any of the Taken or Taken 2, but apparently we're getting Taken 3. Um, I don't know. What else is coming out?
um, let's see. I don't know. At this point, this year, besides like the major things, they got Bloodsport coming out. I don't know if it's coming out this year. It might be next year, but they got a remake slash sequel to Bloodsport.
Oh, yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, I heard Jean-Claude Van Damme does not like to pay his crew members,
That doesn't surprise me.
and you're gonna be afraid to ask him about money because he kick your ass right there, just a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if he seems like he's a nice guy, but he seems like he's kind of a dick when it comes to business, let's say.
Oh,
Because I feel like he's like, I get paid.
Mm.
oh yeah, Terminator's coming out.
Yes, Genesis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
And then they're doing another Poltergeist.
I
No,
wonder.
you know
I
what's
wonder
coming
And they're
out
doing
is Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh yeah, with what's his name? Tom Hardy.
Yeah, man, that shit's gonna be crazy awesome.
Point Break.
What?
What?
Why?
Not a
I don't
remake,
know.
please.
Are you just not?
Yeah.
Are you just reading lists from the '80s now?
No, it's coming out in July 31st. They're doing a
Yeah,
remake of those things, yeah.
I got Jurassic World as well.
Fucking Chris Pratt on a motorcycle with fucking raptors. That's like every 13-year-old's dream.
He's pretty awesome, I'm gonna have to say. Jupiter Ascending, the Wachowskis' next disaster.
I do kind of want to see that, but we all know it's never gonna be, the Matrix.
No, yeah, I mean, you just look at the cover of it, and it's definitely like something that's going to be on Netflix for years.
Yeah,
And I just
yeah,
have to say, I love Speed Racer. I was not a big fan of the cartoon, the anime at any point, but the fucking movie kicked my ass. I loved it.
And there's also Mission Impossible 5.
Oh,
No.
they're at a fifth one already. I guess because they technically started over a little bit.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I keep watching them, and then I'm like, I don't remember anything that happens,
As
except
la-
I remember
as
Seymour Hoffman.
as long as JJ is doing the directing, I'll see it. If not, then because like he directed like the last two, he did number 3, and then he did Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anything that happened after Mission Impossible 2, which is my favorite, directed by John Woo. It was so fucking retarded. It was awesome.
I'm trying to think, and I know in the third one, Philip Seymour Hoffman is like the bad guy. He's like, I'm gonna get your girlfriend. I want to find her. I'm gonna tie her up. And it's just like him. He's like, I'm gonna find you, and it's just like, what the hell?
I closed my eyes there for a minute, and I thought Philip Seymour Hoffman had taken over your body.
Yeah, I wonder. I do kind of wonder how they're gonna handle his character in the was it Mockingjay, the
Yeah.
last Hunger Game movie?
Yeah, I mean, they said, I remember because that was what was important, by the way, when Philip Seymour Hoffman died the same day as the Super Bowl when I was working. The big question was what's going to happen to Mockingjay, but apparently I think he got or the bulk of his scenes done, so the rest is like, whatever.
Yeah. By the way, I heard your guys' episode for Higher Learning. Got some things to talk about here, guys.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
First,
I don't even remember what I said.
I think one of the things that you guys talked about fucking Cinemax at some point, didn't you?
Skinemax, yes.
Cinemax, yes.
Does
Yeah.
anybody remember Cinemax After Dark? You know you like it. That was their ad for a while.
Oh my god.
No,
You know
I
you like it.
It's very rapey also.
Super.
you know you like it.
Well, this is
But,
like
you know,
late 80s, early 90s.
Oh no, my whole Skinemax experience has been from 2001 and up. That's about it. And that was back when like cable had like blurred stations, so you could just listen to a movie while trying to see the picture.
Yeah,
It's
we
like-
had the old channel box that had like the different numbers and whatnot. If you press two of the numbers and switch the control, you get
Yeah.
like blurry Playboy.
Yeah, Playboy never got to me like that. Like I've seen Playboy, but it's just like essentially nowadays it's like like watching like it's like watching anything on the internet now. It's like watching to me it's just like watching either like a Suicide Girl or a God's Girl at this point.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah,
Ginger.
Back in the day, we only had the Playboy channel. Like I remember, like the second when we got all the new channels, including like Comedy Central and Sci-Fi, and when all these new channels opened up, I knew there's a new porn station. I don't remember what it was, but it was pretty fucking raunchy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no. I kind of skipped most of that and just went straight to the good stuff. No, anyway.
I feel like I'm the last generation that had to rely on just sort of magazine porn.
No, that's my generation. Actually.
Yeah,
feel like-
because like I remember as a kid, like if it wasn't on fucking Cinemax, it was in my dad's Playboys or Celebrity Skin. I remember was a big one.
I remember
Yo,
when
I remember Hustler and Penthouse.
yeah, those are fucking hardcore for some reason for magazines.
Yeah. That shit was awesome.
And
But
Penthouse
honestly,
doesn't sound like
I
one.
totally credit my reading comprehension skills to Playboy because I snuck into that shit when I was really young, and they actually do have really good editorials. And I would read for the articles. They did have good articles in Playboy.
Yeah, no, for sure, and
Yeah,
short
some of the
stories and
best.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, cool. I would.
But-
It took me a while to learn how to read, but once I got past the boobs, I realized there were words in those magazines. Do you guys remember Media Play? No.
Play.
There was a store like Best Buy and Circuit City. Guys, remember Circuit City? Called Media Play. I used to when I was.
Circuit City.
Hey, vaginas.
I went to a Penthouse release party, and so it just happened to have it sitting nearby while we were talking about it. I forgot that they showed that close up.
Yeah. By the way, any kids watching this is an 18 and up show at this point now. We're gonna get shut down completely now.
Pshaw. That's just opening fire.
But now
Man.
it's like what's that website called now? It's like My Free Cams or something like that.
Yeah, I knew a couple girls who did that. They did not like it. Like I guess it's free, or there's like a free, but there's also like I guess like some kind of fee you got to be up there to cam or something. I don't know. Like it's like what do you expect? What do you expect? It's kind of and myfreecams.com or whatever sounds very shady itself to me.
Yeah. No, I just remember like I had a few guy friends that used to always look at the bottom of the list.
Why the bottom of the list?
It gets dark, dude.
Morbid
Oh,
curiosity.
Yeah.
oh my God.
I'm just gonna say, if you want to get a little dark, go on the bottom of the list for My Free Cams. Just saying.
Oh my
Just
God.
saying.
I actually remember.
Is there anything you could tease us with? Like, what's at the bottom?
Go ahead. You guys are in front of computers. Go ahead.
All right,
Go
all right,
ahead
all right.
now.
Listen, if I do
Tell me
that,
what you see.
if I did
Alright.
that right now, then you guys would be horrified of what comes next completely. So,
Yo, but I will tell you one thing. I will tell you one thing. Like I was a webcam chat girl, but there was like some other girls from the other studios that did way like hardcore shit, that we didn't do. But there's this one chick. She just fucking takes an apple. She fucking spits herself in her ass. In her ass with the apple, right? And then she pulls the apple out and she fucking eats it, dude.
Well, I'm off fruit for a while, guys. 2015. Thank
Just
you,
saying.
Apple ass girl.
You might see that at the bottom of the list. You never know. Or maybe at the top. Who knows? How
Oh
kinky
my
people
God.
are. I don't know.
Who sits there and thinks that's an awesome idea? It's like, oh my God, people will see this and it'll be fucked up, but hey, I'll get some tips or whatever. I'm gonna stick this apple up my asshole. Doodle-doo-doo.
See, I think all sorts of weird sexual shit like that all stems from guys. Like that original idea had to be like, yeah, okay, now take the apple, yeah, and then like I just can't see her just being like.
I can't come unless you fucking stick the apple in and eat it.
Not even cut up like mom style. It's a whole apple.
Yeah, whole apple.
But there are so many. I'm like going through this list here, and like they display 10 in a row, and it's like 4 rows, and the scrolling is endless. Endless.
Oh my God.
There's no way to skip to the last page.
I'm trying to see if there's a way of like ranking it by like likes or views or shit. What's the least viewed thing?
Who's the most fucked up person on myfreecam.com? No.
Yeah. Who's the underdog?
The underdog.
Who will put this apple up their ass next? That's what you need to find.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I don't want to. See, back in the day, like I was there when AOL started happening, and I've always been a bit squeamish, I have to say, in general. So my friends would often do this. They turn a night on the internet into like a gross out contest, basically, and they just scoured the internet looking for like the most fucked up things, and then they'd send it to me because they knew I would be like, oh God, I can't do this. So like there were a lot of pictures of guys putting Tic Tacs into their cock and then jerking off and like shooting.
Ow!
Oh shit! Like
green,
docking?
orange. What?
Docking?
Is that what
Do you
it's
remember?
called?
Yeah, like somebody told me that it was like when the penis goes into the hole of another penis, but
Ew.
also like you stick it in the urethra, so like it's just stretching it out. I saw some chick like fingering the urethra, and I was just like, yeah. People are. When I see shit like that, I'm like, man, I'm pretty fucking normal.
I'm super vanilla, man. I'm not.
Compared to that.
Yeah, I'm okay. Anyway, I don't know. I just
did you just go to a special place, Corey?
There was a couple special places I went to just now.
I think you just did.
Let's just say you're glad the pants are on right now. Anyway, no.
Somebody get a tissue. Get some
Uh,
Purell.
Ew. That would sting. No. God damn it. So there's some really just like to me, it's just like I've heard some fucked up shit, but still the most fucked up thing to me is just like when someone's like messing with your toes or something. Like that's still like, and I know it's like the simple messed up thing someone could say, but it's still like, yeah, no, feet are not my kick.
Nah, no, never understood it. Don't get it.
And it's
I
a
want,
little unsanitary. People walk around barefoot all the time.
Well,
and
your mouth
it's
is actually more dirty than any part of your body, actually.
You just ruined
Your,
so many things for me now.
it's true. It's true. The mouth is the dirtiest part of your body. That's like the
That's
most
true.
disgusting shit right there. So it's like, if anything, like my feet are cleaner than that person's mouth sucking it. Just saying.
Mine are. My feet are horrible.
Oh man.
My room's mad dirty because I'm like right underneath the subway station here, so like I
Oh,
can tell like the level of like dust and soot.
I got a correction. Somebody just told me what docking was.
Oh wow.
Tim says docking is when a dude wraps his dick with another dude's foreskin.
Ew, ew.
Well, that seems, I don't know. That seems stretching it a bit.
Yeah, that was file, file. We're filing that back. We're putting that into the deep, darkest patches of wherever. Um,
Did you just suddenly grow a vagina?
a little bit.
It just like
Um,
went right back up inside.
it just it there's
The balls turned into the ovaries, just like. Whoop.
it's about to become interstellar in my pants right now. No. I got a question for you guys. For each one of your shows, if you guys are still doing it, go back and doing it or whatever, you guys might decide to do another show. What are some of your goals for your shows right now?
Well, I want to try and help Jin take Higher Learning Channel, which I think is like a great brand. Like, try and switch it to video and do sort of a live talk show. I think that would be great. And we've also been talking about trying to do like some sort of like travel show, something where we can go to different locations and uh,
Do a bunch
you
of weird
know
shit. Just get weird.
just get weird, and then hopefully have somebody pay money for us to travel to places to film weird shit to keep it going. But Comic Book Rockstar Radio, I think I'm going to start after the last Higher Learning I recorded. I was like, oh, well, I have this mic here, and I'm not using it, and I've got all the audio programs, so I'm just going to like make Comic Book Rockstar Radio more personal and more just like me going on a rant, I guess, and then maybe bring in guests and stuff. But then hopefully I can go back to Sirius when I have like a big name guest when I'm ready. I feel like I just jumped into the deep ends with Comic Book Rockstar Radio. Like I wasn't ready to be a podcast host in that condition with like a big studio and stuff. And it's just sort of like, well, here's your opportunity, bam. So
Yeah.
scale it back, kind of, make it fun first.
Regroup. What about you, Corey? What do you have planned?
Well, I am, besides this podcast and Evil Ted, I'm doing another podcast called Reruns, where each month me and my friend Michelle will take a look at shows from like 1985 and all the way to like 1999, basically. We gave each other this a little bit of a leeway. It was supposed to just be the 90s, but there are so many shows that were part of the 90s that were started in the 80s, that we watched. It doesn't make sense to just focus on the 90s like that at all.
Right.
So, our first episode is going to be going up, I think, next week. We talked about Boy Meets World. We tried to talk about Boy Meets World. But other than that, also she's actually working on one of those like those wool hats like people like to wear outside or whatever. She's working on something like that for the Evil Teddy Bear podcast right now.
Oh, that's cool.
She's sending me
Nice.
one, and so I think she's gonna start doing stuff like that. But it would be nice to have like more Evil Ted merch that I could sell, um, including like with the hat or T-shirts or something. You know, it's just about who would want it or whatever. I guess at this point. And that, and I keep saying this every year. I want to do a live show. I want to do a live stage podcast, but that may or may not happen this year. I don't know. Depends on what we do. I know on January 15th, that's when for DragonCon, that's when their podcast track starts happening or whatever. So I can sign up for that to do a live show or like a panel of some kind, or even
Oh, that'd be
just
sick, dude. For
yeah.
Dragon Con.
I would just have to find people to do it with too. You know, like I have my buddy Caps, who I do Evil Ted with now. But like I would like to at least have at least more than just me and him up there. At least two more people. You know.
You
When
should be
is
me and Kurt.
yeah, when's Dragon Con? Because I've always wanted to go. It's one of the
I miss
shows
it.
I've been.
I think
It's so fun.
It's towards the I think at what the end of August or
It's like either end of August, September.
well, I can look it up right now. We have these
Okay.
things called we have
Google.
technology in our hands.
I know it's funny. Every time I haven't been on that many, but like the Google Hangout podcasts or things, like we suddenly forget we're sitting at computers.
Oh shit, there's people watching us.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, I need to buy my ticket pretty soon because ticket prices are about to go up. Let's see. I think it's like in August. Okay. La, la, la. Yeah, ticket prices are $95 right now. Until February 13th. It will be held. It's going to be held in September 4th through the 7th.
Ooh, I was close. Yeah. I was like either late August, early September.
Yeah, so I'm gonna buy my ticket. I guess this paycheck that's coming up. Cause I mean, it's already like all hotel rooms are already kind of fucking booked. So
And I never plan for the conventions. I'm always just like last minute if I can go, and then I'm just like, all right, who's got a badge? Who's got
yeah.
a floor? Who's
Well, it's funny because I went that first night and snuck in, even though I had a 3-day badge from Saturday to Monday. But we snuck in, went upstairs to, I think was it the Hilton or the Marriott? It might have been the Marriott. And just hung out up there completely. And that's about, no, it was the Hilton. We hung out at the Hilton. I remember that because that's where my buddy Caps did something in a boiler room, and we ended up taking some poor janitor's beer that was just stashed away there. So, but yeah, it was that whole weekend was okay, up and down for me at least. I got to meet new people. I podcasted. If you guys take a listen to it, for anybody who's watching this right now, on the Evil Teddy Bear podcast website, there is a whole Dragon Con episode, all extended. So it's an extended cut of what I originally aired on New Visions Radio. So
cool.
it's way longer. Also, because on it I have on it I have a couple of people from Funimation, and then I also have my friend Dana Swanson, who plays the voice of Sarah off of Toonami now.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't seen Tsunami in forever.
Yeah, they're trying to do another special now, a sequel to what was it? Was it Invasion or something? I don't know, like when their ship got like attacked by this like red goop crap or whatever. That was something that they did like way like early 2000, maybe late 90s, I want to say.
Right. Yeah, I vaguely remember. I'm
Yeah.
I'm missing Cartoon Network and cable channel. No, just really Cartoon Network, I guess. I'm really missing it. Like, I haven't seen any Adult Swim in years. I haven't seen anything like they're airing. Like, it's very sad. I miss cartoons.
Yeah, I went to I guess this past year, I went to an Adult Swim event at the Earl down here, and it was for the Squidbillies. I got called up on stage by Dana Snyder, who plays the voice of Granny, but also, most people know him as Master Shake.
Right.
Um, I got up there to do a mock dating show up there. So that was kind of funny. But then when I went to go get his autograph, I went to, they were doing like a signing after the show. He's like, this guy, I know this guy. This guy does really awesome Vine videos. And I'm like, he was talking to the person right next to him, which was actually kind of funny. And then he did say he wouldn't mind hopping on the show at some point, but I don't know how that will actually turn out. So
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I say, just do it. He seems like a chill guy.
yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay.
But there's a.
I don't like over
Alright.
talking people.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
No big
There must-
deal.
So is Adult Swim, or I think it's Titmouse or whatever, the animation studios down there in Atlanta?
Adult Swim is down here. I know Adult Swim also has like a studio over in like LA. Titmouse is one of the, I guess, production companies that works with them. But there's also another one down here that just does like a bunch of their editing I think it's called Awesome Incorporated. My buddy Thomas he does freelance work with them right now. He did, do you remember, I don't know if you guys seen Too Many Cooks before, or at least heard of it.
It sounds familiar. Well,
Yeah,
I think
he worked on that one.
I remember there was like they showed all the sort of rarities and was it a live action one?
It was a live action one with it was just like a really long intro.
Mm.
It was like an 11-minute intro to a TV show, basically. So, and that was the joke completely. It was kind of funny. When I first saw it, it was before it aired. Just like a little bit of it, and it was just like, okay, so this is what you do at work completely. Okay. But he's like, yeah, all he had to do was just go frame by frame, make sure everything was okay, pretty much. So.
Nice. I got it on my YouTubes here, ready to watch afterwards.
I would, if I were you, get stoned first. Anyway, just let you
I'm
know.
already there. I've been doing it the whole time.
I know.
Fucking Kurt over there with his fucking hater blockers on.
Yeah, well, I just I look at my face and I'm just like, I'm gonna cover up as much of my face as possible.
Well, I feel like that's what you look at that's what you're wearing right there when you're on myfreecams.com.
Pretty much. I was thinking about it. I was just like, can a young male make money on the My Free Cams as well as the ladies?
I want to be a porn director. I just want to be the director.
I was like, you look her right there. No.
I think you'd be very good at it because I imagine people responding and doing what you tell them to do.
All right. If we're okay.
I'm not judging because they know I'm not judging. I'm like, just a little bit more feeling. Just pretend like this is like your happiest birthday moment. Okay.
Here's a candle. Blow it out.
Blow.
Okay. How about this?
Get in there.
If we're doing a hypothetical porn parody, just like we're all like behind the scenes, whatever. What are we parodying first off? Like, what are we spoofing?
I mean, there's so many, but of course the Flash jumps up in my head.
We know. I wonder.
Flash in it?
What's that?
I think I saw one with Flash in it. I saw a porn with Deadpool in it.
Yeah, there's definitely a Justice
Yeah, oh
League
yeah, I
one.
saw
There's an
that.
Avengers one, and then there's
Yeah.
sort of a mishmash. Yo, seriously, I'm gonna find out what this link is, but there's this sort of porny site. Like I've seen porn of like, girls wrestling and such before. So I'm like, all right, but this is actual just like superhero combat. Like it's almost like an actual death match, like staged fight, obviously. But like they're kicking the shit out of each other, and sometimes it's girl on girl, sometimes it's guy on girl, and like it's pretty much just like superhero fight porn
Yeah.
that exists.
I
Shira
I
would be kind of cool.
Shira.
Yeah, that'd be a
Okay,
good
see
one.
that. Um, I don't know. I think I want to go back to like one of the like old like TV ones. Like, okay, let's
Oh
get
no.
BJ and the Bear now. No, they've already done Clerks. Believe me, I know. Um, I'm trying to think. I maybe do like a porn parody of the Naked Gun series.
Nice
I mean, it's
beaver.
it's still like slapstick, but you know,
I'm kind of feeling She-Ra because then I was thinking He-Man and She-Ra, and it's
And there's
like
Catra.
then you got
Catra was a
incest in
babe.
there.
and with
Yeah,
that,
and they were all babes.
Yeah.
oh, I got one. Thundercats.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty
and
porny anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was. There was a what is it? A death battle. Screw Attack does these things called death battles, where they analyze who would win in a fight, like what character would win in a fight. They did one where He-Man versus Lion-O, so it's
Ah,
pretty good.
nice. I want to check that one out because Jin sent me the
As
one
a
that's
as a
Deathstroke and Deadpool, and I was
yeah,
like,
they did.
I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they did. I think last year. So it's been like a year now since they did Goku versus Superman.
Nice. Did you ever see that flip book animation of Goku versus Superman?
No.
It's like some guy just sat there and just drew, and then like YouTube's it of a flip book, and it's like it's pretty fucking badass.
Oh
I'm gonna
wow.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, and then what was the last one? No, and then Machinima does one too called Super Power Beatdown, where it's live action. So like these characters, like they had Kick-Ass versus Casey Jones, which
Oh,
is
no, that's a good pairing.
which like that's like you already knew who would win that one completely. And for this one, they
Yeah.
go by fan votes, so they always film like two endings. Right now,
Oh,
their whole
yeah,
big
I
thing
think I know that one.
is their whole big thing I think is like the Power Rangers, like the Green Rangers versus Ryu. So they're bringing and they actually brought back the guy who played the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. They brought him back into the fights.
Yeah, I saw. I think it was Scorpion versus Green Ranger,
No, White
or
Ranger.
Scorpion versus White Ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, they got violent.
Yeah,
I
that did get bad. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
was
And
like, oh
yeah,
my god, he just killed somebody. Holy shit.
Jason Frank just is he needs to work. But
Yeah,
he was in to keep it on the porn tip. He was in that MTV show Undressed.
he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, totally. Like I went back and I have like shit ton of the VHS here. And it's got all this old commercials, and it's got like oh God, there's so many actors that were in that show that you know you only recognize nowadays.
Yeah, I've started watching. I've been watching Boy Meets World a lot lately.
Clearly.
Never
Yeah.
watched it.
What? Are you sure
What?
you've never lived in the '90s for at least 2 seconds?
Yeah, no, it was after me, man. That was like the cutoff. The cutoff for me was SpongeBob and Boy Meets World. Like that's
They're not
when
even part of the same era.
I know, but that's just like the two cutoff points of like where I felt my 20s began and my teenage years. I was pretty stunted, you know. I mean, I was watching cartoons forever, but uh, Boy
Yeah.
Meets World just it never. I don't know what I was watching, but
Yeah, they had surprisingly though, they had like Adam Scott from Parks and Rec. He's on
awesome.
there for like a couple episodes. I'm trying to think. Um, Chris Hardwick did an episode as Chris Hardwick from Singled Out.
Yes.
So he had the hair. Um, which by the way, looking at Chris Hardwick from the '90s and looking at Chris Hardwick now, he does not age.
Because he was a fucking alcoholic then. That's why it makes you look like shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. He gained a
He
lot
was
of
kind of
weight too.
funny.
Yeah.
It bloats your face. You know, you get weak face, weak belly. It's just like, eh.
Yeah, but can we talk about the comeback of the century there? Like you're on
Yeah.
one of the shittiest shows on MTV. Like truly the decline of MTV was those fucking dating shows, which eventually evolved into like those bus dating shows.
Oh God, yeah. My name is Terry, and I'm going on this date. If I don't like you, you're next. This is like, what the fuck? Is that the name of the show they came up with? Is that what you want to call it? Okay, we'll see.
And it literally, somebody was telling me like the production value of it was like it was like the cheapest content they could possibly create. You know, because like the people didn't get paid, they got like prizes, I guess, or whatever, and like pretty much they didn't have to do anything. They just had a mobile studio, and that's why that shit just went so crazy. It's like you're gonna go on this blind date, literally blind in the dark. Like,
Oh my God, it's like that library show that they did too.
yeah, that seemed kind of weird. I wasn't sure what that was all about.
It's
like
based off of that
basically
Japanese
pranks and
television show.
dares.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my friend Pagan, he actually does that for his birthday every year. He recreates the library show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's that?
He recreates a library show every year for his birthday.
Oh my God, we got a comment, guys.
Oh, he recreates it?
What?
Huh?
We got a comment. What?
Oh,
I said no. We have a comment. No. And I'm watching live too. It's weird that I'm watching you guys right now on here. I'm gonna pause this, by the way. I can't see on this phone because it's a dicky thing, but I'll check it out later. But hey, it's a conversation. Basically, it's a good comment. It's not a bad comment.
Okay, good. That's good.
I know you're freaking out over there, Ginger. Like, what the fuck?
I was like, someone talking shit. Someone talking. Wait.
Oh man.
Please don't talk shit. It's
Don't
2015.
talk shit, guys.
It's 2015, guys. No shit talking.
No. We've already
It
been.
is 2015.
Yeah. Okay. Here's this thing. At 2015, what exactly did Back to the Future get right?
Hoverboard?
Wait, what?
Like
They did make a hoverboard.
You guys are breaking up.
We're fine over here. It's you. Your train is riding over wherever you're at now.
Well, that's awesome. Yay.
Yay.
Okay. I think my internet is getting all spotty here.
Yeah. Stop downloading the porn.
Okay.
Come on.
It's at free campsites, fucking.
Yeah. They're like, watch us, Kurt. Watch us. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. It really is fucking my shit up. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I closed it. The worst that I saw was an old lady.
Oh man.
She had bad fashion sense.
Okay. Well.
I'm glad that's
Yeah.
the important things. His fashion
Well,
sense on a porn
That's
site.
all I'm saying. It looked like my free cams from like 1971, like in England. Like she was wearing some sort of oh, like pantsuit with like big chunky jewelry, and I'm like,
Does she look
no,
like
this
Lunch
was not.
Lady?
No, she looked like like a proper woman in a loveless marriage in her 60s.
Oh wow. Um. Oh, one of my friends down here got hit up by my free cam or whatever to do like a modeling thing with them or some shit like that. I don't know. She completely ignored it, of course, but it's just like that's like the weirdest thing anybody. I think anybody offered her completely.
I know. Can you imagine somebody actually coming up to you and being like, "Here's this opportunity"? I'm like, no, I wish somebody would do it. I'd shake it for money. Come on, I don't want to
Oh,
work.
I don't think anybody here wants to work at this point,
I
especially
know,
on
my job's
today.
not even that bad. Yeah, I had to work today. I'm on call, as it were.
Yeah, I'm
So
always on
basically, I'm
call.
just sitting in my apartment working remotely for the next couple of days.
Oh Lord. I'm always on call. What sucks, they called me the other day during an interview that I had, and I had to. I couldn't go into work. I was too far away. Other than that, I didn't really want to go into work at all.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, especially if it's retail. Fuck it.
Yeah,
I gotta walk
seriously.
around the city
I
tomorrow.
saw Jen, you were freaking out about work.
Oh yeah, yesterday it's just fucking douchebags, man. Like it's just like usually like it just sucks when you have like foreign clientele with a language barrier and then like on top of that they were really douchey and impatient. I'm like, yo, you were in a fucking plane for like 12 hours. Can you just like wait for fucking 5 minutes, you know? Like chill the fuck out. Jesus. I was ready. I was ready
Yeah,
to
who's shopping on New Year's Eve?
fucking douchebags.
Assholes.
Apparently, yeah, it's like I was like, come on.
I remember around. I know I get this all the time. I get like foreign people that foreigners in the store or whatever. So we somehow make it through a conversation, but like really hate when someone comes up to me asking me to explain, like, say for example, what this laptop can do to a T, and it's just like, I don't know. The internet knows that. Go on the internet and look it up.
Yeah.
And it's just like they don't want to waste their time doing it at all.
Oh,
It's
it's
just
the
like,
same thing with like being in New York and then someone has a cell phone in their hand and they ask you for directions. I'm like,
yeah.
you serious right now? Like,
If it was me and I had a cell phone in my hand, I'd be like, okay, which way is north? Can you just point to me that way? Thank you. That's about it.
yeah, that's it. That's all you need to know.
Yes.
Yeah, but these fucking phones now that you can just press some buttons and it's giving you like a 3D layout and it's like a compass and like these phones
Yeah.
are fucking crazy, man. Like I used to sell, this is how old I am. I used to sell laser discs at Sears. And people would be like, "Does this have the A/B flip over?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure it does." I had no
Whatever.
idea.
Yeah. I was watching Comic Book Men on AMC, and I think it was like season 2. Someone bought in the trilogy. I'm gonna say, and if you guys don't know what the trilogy is, then you're watching the wrong show. The definitive trilogy on Laserdisc of Star Wars. And it was just like I had never seen a Laserdisc before in my life. Like I knew I was around, but it's like I've never seen one. I think it was like a huge like silver record completely.
But it's like even thicker than a record too. It's like got weight to it.
It does. It's like if you threw that at somebody, you'd probably clearly just like cut their head off with it.
Yeah, man. I used to my first girlfriend's dad. He had the giant projection TV and tons of stuff on laser discs, and back in the 90s, I was buying like kung fu movies that were transferred from the Busy Bee flea market. The guy had laserdiscs, so there's a lot of like definitive cuts of movies on laserdisc and stuff. Still to this day, sometimes some of the best releases of a movie to date could be still on laserdisc. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I like that DVDs are almost VHSs at this point. It's like
Damn,
they're like
whatever.
$3 or $4 at Best Buy. Like what?
Blu-rays are starting to get down that point now to where they're DVDs. Like you can get a Blu-ray for like $6, depending on what the movie is.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I'm so out of touch with technology. That's my 2015 goal is to get more in touch with like what's going on with technology, with video games, with get me a big TV with a Roku or whatever that shit is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my parents a. I want to save up, but I think at least around my mom's birthday, I want to try to get them like an Apple TV or something. Cause like they're all about that whole Apple products now and stuff. Like they just discovered it. They're like, oh, well, we got this thing, and it'd be nice to have, blah blah blah. But you know, oh,
This
excuse
is
me.
like Inception. Is this like Inception, guys?
It is. See, that's what I was.
It went black. It literally exploded.
Whoa,
Ah!
guys, turn a top to make sure we're in this reality.
Sorry.
I forgot who I was having that conversation with the other day, but we ended up talking about like dream states or something for a bit, and it's like, yeah, it's they explained it to me, and I was like, so it's just like it's just like Inception. Then you just got to make sure you have like a totem pole or whatever.
A totem pole or
Oh,
whatever.
You gotta have a pole to swing on. No,
A little trigger object.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Life is weird, but see, that was actually I watched Doctor Who during Christmas, the Christmas special, and that was one of the main things for Doctor Who. This first special for Peter Capaldi was like it was a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. That's why you saw like Nick Frost as Santa Claus, and Nick Frost did a brilliant job in it, by the way, completely.
I'm sure he did because he's awesome. I think overall.
Yeah, so now we can I can literally say this now. Both Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have been on Doctor Who. One of them twice.
Yeah. Who was Simon Pegg was? I
Simon
don't
Pegg.
remember what
Simon,
episode he was in.
he was in. I don't know. He was in when the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. He was in that run for a bit. He was just in there for like one episode as I want to say station controller or something like that. It was they're in like a TV space station or something or whatever. It's been a while. It's been I hate to say
Yeah.
this, but it's been a while since 2005.
10 years, in fact.
Oh my God, guys.
Are you drinking beer right now, Kurt? Did I
No,
see?
it's
Oh,
some
okay.
sort of it's some sort of concoction of like it's like the only liquid left in my room besides this stale coffee from yesterday.
Oh.
I kind of live like a savage human being in a like storage unit. It's sad. I gotta get out of this fucking apartment. I love the location, but man, like, got the train here. The Spanish Club has been pumping. Actually, they weren't so bad last night. So, and I was home in bed by 2:33 or something last night.
You're gonna
I
turn
could have
into
gone
Rorschach.
I'm always. I picked up Watchmen before I even knew anything about comic books, and I was just like Rorschach. Yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah.
That's me.
I was so like happy-go-lucky in high school, but I have to say like the comic book characters I liked. I mean, as soon as I saw Wolverine, I was like, yeah, that motherfucker. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll fuck you up.
He'll punch
Like
you
I
in the.
felt like
It's
I felt like I was a happy, nice person, but like if the Berserker Rage takes over, I'm gonna fucking fuck it up.
snick a nooch. Nah.
See what he's doing is he's imitating Wolverine's adamantium claws. I love
God damn it.
Mallrats.
Guess what I have
Bone
sitting
claws,
here?
motherfucker.
Guess what I have sitting here right now on Blu-ray? Bam, Mallrats.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And it's and like, they came out with two versions of it. They came out with like an extended version, but the first time they came out with it was like very jumpy for some reason. And then it came out
Yeah,
with the Blu-ray. It's a lot smoother now.
yeah. Did you watch the alternate? It's like because they basically there was a whole first act that they cut, and then they just started from where the second act technically was. Because there
Yeah,
was a whole like spelling contest, not spelling, like trivia.
it was a play. It was a play at the beginning of it, and they
Yeah.
TS thought everybody thought TS tried to take out the mayor of the town or the governor or something.
The mansion
Yeah, I
party.
know there was some sort of
And they
yeah,
also
like
cut out the like
recreation.
Ben Affleck sex scene a little bit more, even though he says some pretty fucking funny shit.
Oh yeah, towards the end of the dating show. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, oh my, call me Donnie. Call me Donnie. Who's your favorite new kid?
Call me Donnie. Don't call me
Yeah,
Mark.
that
Don't call.
when Ben Affleck got announced as Batman and Superman versus Batman, the first thing I did was post up the fake comic book cover of The Adventures of Buttman with him. Like
Everybody posted that.
yeah, I mean like that was like the first thing I thought of.
That's like what
Foreshadowing.
that's like what Kevin Smith did. You remember in Mallrats they had the conversation about Superman and Lois Lane having sex, and like she would never be able to handle his kid, and like the
Mhm.
only person that would be able to handle his kid is Wonder Woman. And when
Mhm.
they did that in the New 52, it's new. It's been out for like years, and yeah, it's still the New 52. Um, when they did that
Yeah.
for the New 52, Kevin Smith posted a picture out there, posted a clip up there, and said, "Called it."
Fuck yeah,
Oh,
man.
well, guys, I
I
don't know
haven't
about.
seen any Kevin Smith.
Watch Tusk.
Oh,
Watch Tusk.
really?
Yes, it's a really okay. I tell people this: if you're gonna watch Tusk, listen to the podcast it's based off of first. It's episode 252, I think. I want to say it's episode 252, The Walrus and the Carpenter, and it is completely insane. Like they talk about, like what would you do if if you had a place to live for free or whatever, all you would have to do is dress up as a walrus for 2 hours a day. I mean, this movie
Okay, done deal.
this movie takes it a step up, but you get to see like Justin Long in it. Haley Joel Osment's in it. It was the last time you seen him.
Yeah.
True.
Johnny Depp's in there too. So if you're
Really?
yeah, you thought you would hear Kevin Smith and Johnny Depp do a movie together.
Yeah, he's all over the place though. So
Yeah, I kind of wonder how he's handling that breakup right now between Helen Bonham Carter and what's the other guy's name? Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. He's probably over there cuddling Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
they had
Imagine
their own
Johnny Depp
houses
cuddling.
when they were married also.
Yeah. Were they married though?
Yeah, and they had their own houses next to each other, I think. I think
Hmm.
that's how that was set up. Something weird like that.
Well, I mean, Helena Bonham Carter seems like a crazy person. So Tim Burton seems like a
No, he
like
seems like a fucking
a
nutbag
loner.
himself.
Yeah.
No, he's
Yeah, he's like a loner though. He's like doing something in his evil workshop, but she just seems like a evil queen, and she always plays one.
yeah,
Well,
true,
yeah.
true, true.
True. True.
Well,
On that
guys,
note.
I don't know about you, but the medicine's starting to kick in for me.
I got the fucking munchies right now, man. I'm ready to
And
fucking eat the shit out of some shit.
I actually
The black eyed peas.
wait. So you're willing to go on myfreecam.com and eat what? No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Wait, what are you gonna do with the
That's
black eyed peas?
that sounds like an awful idea on my free cams.
But it
I'm gonna
sounds like
search
it
that out and
belongs.
see.
I would imagine they would kind of look like maggots coming out of it,
Ew.
right?
That's disgusting.
On that
Uh,
note, I'm gonna go get some food.
All
There's
right,
some
well,
weird shit.
Kurt, let people know where they can find you, bud.
At Kurt Christensen on Twitter, KurtChristenson. Kings County Comics to kingscountycomics.com. You can pretty much find out everything there.
And Ginger?
You can find me on higherlearningchannel.com or meetginzilla.com, and I'm on Twitter as Ginzilla. So, holler.
Sweet, and
Hello.
you guys can always find me on the Evil Teddy Bear Podcast at eviltedpodcast.blogspot.com. I know it's a mouthful. I'm also going to be trying to set up, hopefully in the next month or so, trying to set up a separate page for this podcast and reruns, because I want to start doing a little more other stuff and have other, pages and, a better I want each show to kind of have its own little RSS feed. So look out for that. Other than that, you guys can find many episodes of the Evil Teddy Bear Podcast, Chasing Greedo, Evil Ted on Who, Mongoloids, and more on the episode page on Evil Ted Podcast. You guys can find me on Twitter I changed my Twitter name, by the way, guys. It's now That Evil Ted Guy. So it's kind of Evil Ted meets Kevin Smith a little bit, I know. And besides that, Facebook, and if you guys want to email me about Evil Ted, want to hop on the show, or just even want to leave a comment, you can email us at eviltedpod@gmail.com. All right, I think we're good, guys.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
If any wise words for the people of 2015.
Fuck bitches, get money.
That's what I asked Jen yesterday for some inspiring words, and that was first up. And then what was the other? What else did you say?
And the path to hell is paved with good intentions.
There you go. That pretty much sums it up. But
Something to think
let's
about.
fucking
Something to think about, guys.
let's make shit happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of being a broke loser. At least let's be broke losers with a TV show or something.
Find a videographer that wants to film it. Cross our fingers.
I'm coming right now with
let's get the fuck out.
I'll grab a handy cam if you guys want, and I'll just I'll grab a GoPro. No. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I'm shutting off the broadcast now. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye.
Bye.